welcome to JBCMotive, a channel for car news, reviews, and interviews. Good to have you back on the channel if you're a returning subscriber, but if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon down below to get notified when I post new videos. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up to help others find it on YouTube. You know how the YouTube thing works, yeah? We also have a Facebook and an Instagram page, JBCMotive, where I post pictures daily. So please follow us as we're close to getting 10,000 followers. There would be a giveaway when we reach this milestone. Please be a part of that. We're building a family there actually. If Twitter is your thing, then it's JBCMotive, and our website jbcmotive.com, where you would find all our articles and general information regarding cars. Now, I've made it easy for you guys. All the links I've mentioned are in the description below, so go check them out after this video. Huh? OMG! OMG Lee! First things first. Geely is pronounced the way you say G in OMG and not how you say G in the word Ghutra. You know the Arab thing? Yeah. For this week's review, we have the new subcompact SUV from Geely, being the Coolray. Based on the online reaction I got during and after the Coolray's launch here in Doha, Qatar, some few days back, and having driven the car for 3 days of straight in a row, this compact crossover has piqued the public's interest, to say the least. It isn't hard to see why. The car looks great and good and has a lot of tech features to offer, packaging and affordable price tag. That's very important to note, guys. But can the Geely Coolray stand by the hype it has created? We shall find out towards the end of the video, so stick around. The Coolray is the first Geely model to ride on the all-new BME platform. This architecture puts focus on flexibility, safety and packaging. It is also compatible with electrification. One thing I've learned in years of attending car launches, events and shows is that event lighting can be very deceitful. I must tell you the truth, guys. I'm a very honest man. There are cars that look grandeur at launch but has a disappointing demeanor under natural light. Much like that hot person you met online but looks horrid on your first date. But the Geely isn't that car. It looks cool and hot at the same time, whether it's under bright light or under the blistering heat of the sun, just like we have here in Doha, Qatar. The styling is clean and contemporary with an European touch. Up front, it has a stylish, distinctive grille, something you will see in other new and upcoming Geely models. The design might look busy at first, but there are several elements that you have to digest. That's part of the appeal. The whole package screams sporty, plus roof integrated spoiler and quad exhaust tailpipes. Yeah, 4 of them are great finishes to what Geely is trying to accomplish with its styling. And oh, the LED DRLs, taillight and headlight make the Coolray look great at night, as it is in broad daylight. Like its exterior, the interior has an European flavor with its horizontal dashboard layout, a floating infotainment touchscreen, and a fully digital instrument cluster. This is probably where all your money would go if you buy the Coolray. Again, the design is busy and a little bit overwhelming at first, but the materials found inside the cabin are something you would expect in a Volvo, one of the car companies Geely owns. In fact, I must tell you guys, the gear lever looks like something lifted straight out of the Volvo's parts drawer. Overall, the cabin gives a heightened feel, such as the soft touch leather, the brushed aluminium finishes, and some tidbits of hard plastics that are hidden in plain sight. I specifically love how the leather on the steering wheel feels, which is, something most of us should consider, since that's the part we shall be touching the most while in the car. The Coolray's ride comfort is quite expected from a crossover, pliant and doesn't easily succumb to road imperfections. It rides like a sedan, but with the advantage of an extra 196mm ground clearance, which allows you to tackle rough surfaces with ease. With that said, expect some controlled body road while tackling twisties at speed. The seats are also soft and well bolstered, so long drives aren't tiring at all. As for NVH Isolation, road noise understandably started to creep in at about 80 km an hour, while I felt a little shudder when idling and coming to a halt. A little but not intrusive. Geely also did a notable job in isolating the engine noise from the cabin. For a subcompact crossover, you did expect the Coolray's rear seats to have limited legroom, but it doesn't. It's like this crossover is between a compact and a subcompact in terms of cabin space. I stand at 186 cm, yeah, good to know that, and I had ample space beyond my knees while sitting comfortably at the back. Wiggles room a party too, especially for 2 passengers, but a third person can be a little tight, but still possible. Trunk space on the other hand is at 330 liters by default, huge for a subcompact, and can still be expanded by folding the rear backrest. The technology packed in is where the Coolray's cool factor comes in. Geely didn't hesitate on giving its crossover several tech features despite its price point. A high-resolution 360-degree view monitor tops the list, which by the way displays a 3D version of the vehicle on a 10.2-inch screen when you use your turn signals. Not needed? Yes, but still a point of conversation. Another point of conversation is the fully automated parking feature. It works just as long as you learn how to keep faith with the sensors and let the car park itself. Almost everything inside the Coolray is electronic, including the parking brake with auto brake hold. Getting off from the brake hold needs a bit of refinement though. You would also love the nifty placement of the USB port under the central console tray, just like the Civics. The 6-speaker setup is average sounding too. Lastly, what other subcompact crossover at this price point doesn't have stare-sensitive headlights and remote engine start? That's right, nothing except for the Coolray. With all the nice cabin materials and techy stuff added to the Coolray, Geely didn't chip out on safety features as well. The range-topping variant, which is this model we get to drive, gets 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, ISOFIX child seat tethers, 5 3-point seat belts, and front seat belt reminders. It also has a blind spot monitors on top of the array of proximity sensors and a 360-degree camera which keeps your car safe from dings and scratches. Under the Coolray's hood resides a turbocharged 1.5-liter gasoline engine with 3 cylinders, which explains that subtle shudder when idling. This mill produces high numbers in black and white, 175 horsepower and 255 Nm to be exact. These are sent to the front wheels via a wet dual clutch transmission, which is quite fitting as the torque figures here would require a gearbox that can handle numbers beyond 250. It also has 3 driving modes, which is the Eco, Sport, and a default to Comfort mode. In Sport mode, the electric steering stiffens, turbo boost builds readily, and torque bands kicks in at lower revs. Now we're not talking about a sport car here, but the Coolray drove well and delivered power when you need it. The DCT also responded well to accelerator input and downshift by itself intently. However, if you decide to use the paddle shifters for manual downshifting, there was about a 1-second delay before it executed that command. With that said, engine braking was challenging, so I ended up just using the brakes, which beat sufficiently great by the way. The Coolray is a joy to drive on zigzags and twisties, especially when in sport mode, where the suspension and steering stiffens up. For a front-wheel drive, the Coolray handled windy roads really well. If you want to see how the Hyundai Veloster handled twisties, then click the card above to see that video. Now the verdict, but let's go back to the question. Can the Coolray stand by the hype it created? I will say yes indeed, with all the things I have mentioned here considered, and an unbelievably 69,000 Qatar Riyals price tag for the range-topping sport variant. Looking at the Coolray at a normal car buyer standpoint, I just have to say this. This car is so good. It's weird. A good kind of weird, especially when you compare it to other similarly priced crossovers, or even against pricier and bigger ones. You would find more pictures of the Coolray on my Instagram page. Link is in the description. Go check it out, guys. And I must say a big thank you to the guys at Geely Qatar for giving me this awesome car for a test drive. Until we meet again, until we make the next video, keep staying safe, keep winning, and take care.